Mafia, Buried in the Name of Honor, is a 2017 action-adventure game developed by him Productions and published by Square Enix. The game is set in the fictional Italian-American city of Morelli and follows the story of a young man who gets caught up in a gang war between two rival mafia families. The player takes on missions for the family, taking them from small jobs to bigger scores, as they work their way up the ranks and uncover secrets about the city and its inhabitants. As with most Mafia games, it's got a fantastic story and even better characters. So here's how you can get Mafia Definitive Edition on your PC. There are actually two ways you can play this game on your PC. The first is through backwards compatibility. This means that you can play the Xbox One version of the game on your PC without needing an Xbox console. The second method is to use an Android emulator on PC like LD Player. And if you want to try out this method, please refer to our detailed guide linked below. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of How to Play. Today we're looking at Mafia, Buried in the Name of Honor. So let's get started. Now the first step will be to navigate to the Microsoft Store and install the Windows app. Once you have the app installed, sign in with your account and then search for Mafia Definitive Edition. Then click on Install. Now depending on your system, this could take anywhere from a few minutes to half an hour. You should also note that this game is around 40 gigabytes, so make sure you have enough space on your drive. Once the game is finished downloading, you can launch it directly from the store, or from your Start menu under All Apps. The next option is to use an Android emulator such as LD Player. If you want to try this method, please refer to our detailed guide linked below. Now when you first open up the game, you'll be greeted with the Setup menu. Here you'll want to choose your preferred language followed by selecting your controls. There are three options available: keyboard, mouse, and gamepad. I recommend using keyboard and mouse to begin with. And just before we get into the gameplay, there are a few settings you'll want to change. Head over to Options greater than Controls and customize your controls to your liking. For example, you might want to swap your walk and run keys or change your camera controls. Then head over to Video Settings and uncheck Record Game Clips, because it's known to cause performance issues. Finally, while we're here, go to Advanced Settings and toggle VSync off. This will give you a more consistent frame rate and remove any screen tearing. Now if you want to learn the controls, press the F1 key and this will bring up your control list. Otherwise, feel free to skip this and start a new game. I'm going to start a new game now and select the Morelli City campaign. The game will then ask you to create a character, and this will only affect your appearance, so choose whatever you like. From here, the game will load into the opening cinematic, and once it's finished, you'll be prompted to make some decisions which will impact the story. Choose whichever option you like, and after the scene changes, your first mission will begin. Now the main goal of this tutorial is to show you how to get started playing the game, but I will quickly talk about the basics of the combat system and leveling up. In general, Mafia Definitive Edition is a third-person action-adventure game with a strong emphasis on the story. You won't be doing much fighting in the early game, but you will need to know how to handle yourself in a fight. The game does a good job of teaching you the combat basics, and after a couple of fights, you will get the hang of it. To attack, simply press the left mouse button, and to defend, press the right mouse button or Q. You can also throw your weapon with W and reload with R if you press the left Alt key and then left click. This will bring up your weapon wheel, and you can cycle between your weapons using the scroll wheel. ULL have a primary and secondary weapon, as well as a melee weapon, so choose whichever one suits the situation. Your melee weapon will automatically switch to when you enter close combat. When you defeat enemies, they will drop experience points and money. Press the E key to collect these. Experience points are used to level up your character and improve your stats. Money can be used to buy weapons, ammo, and other items. To spend your money, head over to the bar and interact with the cashier. You can buy ammo, health, and armor here. If you're low on health, definitely grab some bandages. If you're low on armor, grab a new coat. Higher tier items cost more money, so keep that in mind. As you progress through the story, you'll be given new missions by the various characters. These missions will usually involve stealing cars, intimidating people, or taking down enemy soldiers. Your reputation will increase as you complete more missions, and this will unlock new opportunities. Just make sure to speak to everyone in the area to see what they have for you. And if you want to fast travel, simply open up your map, select a location, and click on Fast Travel. Just like the original game, the Definitive Edition comes with a radio. You can purchase this from the bar in the early game, and it will allow you to listen to music. You can find many different stations throughout the city. To tune into a station, select it on your radio. There are many different stations, and each one has its own style of music. I do recommend listening to the local stations, as they often have interesting dialogue. If you get stuck during a mission, feel free to ask the locals for help. They may or may not be willing to help you, but it's always worth asking. Otherwise, your best bet is to bring up your map and look for the blue icons. These represent mission objectives, so make sure to visit them all. When you first boot up the game, it will be in windowed mode by default. However, you can easily change this by heading to Options, Gaming, and then changing full screen from windowed to full screen. To exit full screen, press the F11 key. Now, I've been playing the game for a few hours and I'm really enjoying it so far. The graphics are great and the gameplay is smooth. I haven't experienced any stuttering or frame drops yet. I'm really impressed with the detail and realism of the environment. It's a shame that there aren't more people in the streets though. But it does make the game feel less crowded and easier to navigate. Overall, I'd say that Mafia Definitive Edition is a great game for anyone who enjoys action-adventure titles with a focus on storytelling. The combat is simple but effective, and the open world is filled with things to discover. Just beware of spoilers in the comments section. Some people are quick to spoil major plot points, so watch out for those. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more gaming tutorials. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.